With coronavirus keeping everybody inside pretty much 24/7, there's never been a better time to learn or relearn how to cook. A little while ago, my younger brother taught me how to make the most incredible mac and cheese. So, naturally, I put my own spin on it. Of course, not much is going to get done up here in my room, so we're going to head downstairs and get to work. First off, we're going to take a look at all of our ingredients. Now, the first thing we're going to do is grate all of our cheese, and we could use cheddar, but that's really boring and a little bit basic for a kind of special occasion mac and cheese, so we're going to use sharp white cheddar as shown here, and then we're going to move on to pepper jack, which is going to add a little flecks of spice and flavor into our mac and cheese, a little different than your typical Kraft blue box. And we're going to finish off with some nice smoked Gouda, which will give a really nice nutty flavor. Next up, we're going to boil some water. As you'll see, I'm using 2 pots, but that's only because we have 2 kinds of pasta. And getting to the pasta, we have half rotini and half shells, as I find both of those use their edges and divots to soak up all that cheesy goodness that is the cheese sauce. Once our pasta's boiled and drained, we're going to make our cheese sauce. So we're going to start by adding a couple of tablespoons of butter to a pan over medium heat. And then we're going to swirl that around until it gets nice and melty, filling the kitchen just with the best smell on the entire planet. Oh yeah, just get that all melted in there. It's going to start bubbling a little bit. That's great. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of flour next to make a light roux. And with this, you cannot let it burn. It is super crucial to the flavor of the cheese sauce. So do not let it burn. Do not walk away because this goes very quickly. It's going to clump up like that. That's exactly what we want. Because the next step, we're going to add some milk. And the clumps are still going to be there when we add the milk, but that's all right still, because we haven't added the best part, which is the cheese. And we'll get to that in a couple of seconds. But first here, when this comes up to a slow boil, we're going to take it off the heat and turn the heat off entirely. No more heat's going to touch this pan now. Now the part you've all been waiting for, we're going to add the cheese at this awkward angle. First, we're going to dump in about half a cup, roughly whatever we grated, of this looks like the Gouda, and we're going to give that a nice stir, let they get nice and melty with that milk, flour, and butter. And again, it's just going to keep making that kitchen smell incredible, a smell that's going to linger until this thing's completely gone. And we're going to mix that around. Oh yeah, get that nice and melty in there. And we're going to do the same with the other 2 cheeses here. This is the white cheddar right here, and that's just going to melt in right nicely. You missed a little bit in there, but that's fine. I probably added it back off camera. We're going to keep mixing that up, and it's just going to be nice and beautiful in there. It's still going to be pretty white. It's not going to look like your typical macaroni and cheese sauce, and that's okay, because we're using pretty white cheeses, which is a good thing here because it's the best flavor you'll get in any mac and cheese ever. And then we're just going to melt this all together, and we're going to mix it with the pasta in just a second. Now we're going to add the pasta to our cheese sauce, and we're going to immediately realize as it falls out all at once that we need to reevaluate our life choices and probably get a bigger pan so we don't run out of space again. After cleaning up and finding a bigger pan that we're going to spray down a little bit so nothing sticks together, we're going to dump our mixture of pasta and cheese sauce into this pan and combine it all with a wooden spoon, so it's all even in one layer. I may have lied a little bit. The best part of this cooking process is actually going to be laying the strips of bacon in the pan, hearing that incredible sizzle, and of course feeling the bacon grease splatter onto your hands, because there's nothing tastier than 3rd-degree burns. Now you're probably wondering what to do with this excess bacon grease. Throw it away probably? Not even close. Bacon grease is too precious to waste, so we're going to add our breadcrumbs that's going to top this mac and cheese masterpiece, as well as a little bit of Italian seasoning. If I can get it out of the bottle at one point. Really trying there. Alright. And we're going to toast those for just a couple of minutes. We don't want to burn them, of course, so not too long. Wait until they just get some nice deep brown color on them and soak up all that incredible bacon fat. Now we're going to combine chopped up bacon, which I didn't film, but whatever, with the mac and cheese. Just get it all mixed in there. You don't really want it to sit just on top. You want to get it in every single bite, let it get in those nooks and crannies of the pasta. And then we're going to top the entire affair with our toasted breadcrumbs. And you want to cover pretty much as you possibly can. A lot of muches in there. And get all those good, nice bacon fat toasted breadcrumbs on top. Now it's time to get your broiler turned up on high, and before you pop it in the broiler, I did forget to film this, top it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese as well as a lot of fresh ground pepper, because that's just a fantastic flavor to add to this. And then after literally 3 or 4 minutes, take it out so it doesn't burn. I did my best to get a shot to show you kind of how it's gonna look once it's done, but that doesn't really do it justice, so let's go a little more cinematic this time.